respected dignitaries who have organized this wonderful program, respected members, staff, crew, and the management of the New India Assurance Company Limited, Hyderabad. And we are a very responsible player in the Hyderabad market in the insurance sector, and we hope to be so, a very responsible player in the Hyderabad market. We are proud to have our agents, the tremendous agents of this market as our partners, and our agents gives us around 65% of the businesses that we do over here. So that is what it means, and that is where our regard and reverence comes from. That is the stream, and we understand that. And why am I over here in speaking? And I'm thankful to Mr. Sudhakar to give me this opportunity to extend my feelings and views to all of you, who in turn can also spread the views of New India in our market. One of the most important things that we believe in is relationships, as so beautifully pointed out Mr. Ravindranath. And I will go a step further in what Mr. Ravindranath sir has said. He is an extremely respected person in our field over here in Hyderabad. We believe not only in relationships, but we believe in long-term relationships. At the same time, as he has said, we are a very ethical company. Like United India, we have public sector's ethical values, and that reflects in what we do. What is the biggest reflection? We don't shy away from paying claims. We face losses, and yet we know we are answerable to the Indian market, we are answerable to the people, we are answerable to the government, but we stand by with the claims that we pay. 98%. Think, sir. The private sector pays only 75% of the claims, and from there they must be extracted. But from extracting money from some pocket, they try to fill it somewhere else to get more business. We don't do that, and that is one of the bases that we have our ethical values, the values that are ingrained in ourselves. So we are looking at a very difficult road ahead. We understand that. But we are not trying to develop at the cost of our values. That has to be understood. Now, in what context? Why? Yesterday, someone was asking me, obviously there are different companies, if they're going to pay me more incentives, I'll be going over there. I told them, sir, our incentive scheme now that has come, it has been planned in a very scientific manner. He said, what do you mean by in a scientific manner? I am getting more and more over here. I said, fine. Let us understand what it basically means. But again, I'm taking a cue from what Mr. Srinivasa said slightly earlier, 98% claim settlement. Sir, when we have an incentive scheme, in the first place, number one, the IRDA guideline is 30%. Over and above what agency you are paid, you can pay that. But again, that there has to be certain profitability over there that is connected to our solvency margins. And obviously, from whatever I earn from the premium income, we will have to pay our commissions, we will have to pay our incentives, there will be management expenses, and then we will have to have reserve for our claims. We pay 98% of the claims. In New India, maybe slightly more, maybe 99.2 or 99.3. So generally, if we have an incentive schemes, we shall make provisions from the claim, and trust me, sir, we don't take back a single paisa from that 30% margin or guideline that has been given to us by IRDA. We, at the end of the year, will find that we pay each and every penny arising out of that 30%. That is the guideline, sir. This is our promise. Then we were talking about the long-term aspect. Yes, we want our agents to be with us for a longer period of time. That's why if you see the New India incentive schemes, the scientific part of it is that our schemes are moderately, the incentive schemes are moderately valued. There are ups and downs, but the ups are not very high and the downs are not very low. We don't give the highest, but what we give is that a reasonable high over a very long period of time. There are other companies who will give you a high, but over a small period of time. So what happens? If you are trying to add up, make a summation of the highs of all companies, what happens? You will have to spread your portfolio into 10 or 12 different companies. That makes it unmanageable in the end. Because when you will have to follow up claims, you will have to follow up claims with 10 or 12 companies. So imagine that. That becomes a constant in the end because you will not have that time to follow up for your claims. If you plan it up with a company like Namely, or maybe some other company, maybe a few who has a long-term vision, who has a very good long-term vision, New India as a company is giving some of the highest profits. Last year in Hyderabad, I tell you, our surplus was 23.1%. That was our surplus. We gave a net profit, an underwriting profit of close to 200 crores to the national exchequer. And we did that by paying each and every penny to the agent as has been promised by us. So we will not make promises today which will not be able to keep tomorrow. Imagine a companies are unable to pay claims or unable to pay salaries, increase salaries that are coming, areas. So that's the reason why certain new developments that are cropping up in the ring of pay revisions are getting halted. With New India, maybe that is not the case. With United India also that is not the case. But in the long run, what we do is, when we have a scheme, we have a very well thought out scheme. It is not a knee-jerk reaction. It is something that has lasting value. Lasting value for the agents, lasting value for the governments, lasting value for the citizens of India, and definitely lasting value for the customers. If the customer has lodged a claim with New India, 99.2% of that claim is paid. So the probability of a claim to be paid in New India is 99.2%. With other companies, with private companies, it is less than 75%. So if you are with New India, you will have the price of having a satisfied customer. Imagine that. The satisfied customer will be there with you for a long period of time. The short-term gains that we are making today with some other companies will not last because they will be short-term only. New India's values are long-term, New India's values are permanent. So this is what I mean. Another thing, very key, a very close factor of New India's existence. New India's motto is family concept. We know that. We call about family concept in management. What do you mean by a family concept? Basically, if there's an issue, there's a problem in your family, you have a way of solving it out. It's something, an ideology that has come from the Tatas. It's a legacy that we still carry. We still carry that legacy. So if you are solving a problem, you apply the same method in solving the problem in office, with your staff, with the agents, with outsourced agencies, as we have nowadays, whosoever it is. And you realize that we generally work with the problem-solving attitude. And that, I personally feel, makes a lot of difference. And that makes me a very proud Indian. So friends, I extend my pride to all of you. I extend my arms in the widest form of embrace to come forward. Let's form a very good team that is going to serve the nation for a very long period of time. Together we can all do that. And one last thing, again, about the fire rates. New India, you must be knowing. Again, we have made some modifications in the scheme of rates and discounts. It may not be to your fullest liking, but you have to understand that those modifications are made for the smallest of risks, where the premium is very small, the ticket size is very small. So if we go up to the discounts, up to 75%, 80%, nothing is left. If we go for discounts of say 50% also on add-ons, nothing is left. There has to be, at the end of the day, there has to be some benefit, some margins for the agent and as well as for the insurance company. Think about your commission. You see, a commission of 7% from a discount of 40% will be much more than a commission of 7% from a discount of 90%. For example. So what is the net package? The net package has to be made in such a manner so that it gives again a lasting value. You don't have to have knee-jerk reactions all the time. If you have had a policy today, that policy should serve you for at least some period of time. There's a reason why when New India's policies comes, we make small modifications. Modifications will lead you to a high today, will lead you to a low, slightly low today. Those are like fine-tuning of a radio channel. It will not be very high, but it will not be very low. But if you make the summations of all these companies, the small highs and big lows, against the summations that New India give you with a moderate average, with a good high at times, may not be the highest, but definitely with a crop down low. The lows will not be very low. It will stay very close to the average. Our lows will stay very, very close to the average. It will not be very, very low. You sum it up and you will see that over a period of time, New India gives you the best. You will see, if you do your calculations, you will let some time pass, you will realize that. And at the end of the day, I would like to say for example, in a family also we have income, we are budgeting. No, we have to make budget for cars, we have to make budget for our houses. We also have to make certain budgets for the education of our children. If we forget any of the thing, what happens? The income that we make, we don't make proper utilization or we don't make judicious utilizations of the income. In India, we try to do that. We try to spread our income in such a manner so that at the end of the day, every stakeholder has a fair share, and at the same time, the policy holder also his interests are served, and we end up with a good profit for the government of India, for whom we are all working on aspiring. Friends, again, thanks to Mr. Sudhakar and his team for really pressing hard the issue of nation building in this particular gathering. Again, from New India, I welcome you all. Let us work together with a very tight embrace so that we can serve our nation for a very long period of time. Thank you. The small highs and big lows against the summations that New India give you with a moderate average, with a good high at times, may not be the highest, but definitely with a crop down low. The lows will not be very low. It will stay very close to the average. Our lows will stay very, very close to the average. It will not be very, very low. You sum it up and you will see that over a period of time, New India gives you the best. You will see, if you do your calculations, you will let some time pass, you will realize that. And at the end of the day, I would like to say for example, in a family also we have income, we are budgeting. No, we have to make budget for cars, we have to make budget for our houses. We also have to make certain budgets for the education of our children. If we forget any of the thing, what happens? The income that we make, we don't make proper utilization or we don't make judicious utilizations of the income. In India, we try to do that. We try to spread our income in such a manner so that at the end of the day, every stakeholder has a fair share, and at the same time, the policy holder also his interests are served, and we end up with a good profit for the government of India, for whom we are all working on aspiring. Friends, again, thanks to Mr. Sudhakar and his team for really pressing hard the issue of nation building in this particular gathering. Again, from New India, I welcome you all. Let us work together with a very tight embrace so that we can serve our nation for a very long period of time. Thank you.
Please come first.
Nice. Okay, sir. Under smile and ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. అంటే మీరు నవ్వుతారేమని